This is the second video for the 5-1A lesson on writing equations and solving for B. This is slide 5. I'm going to start to do some slides perhaps out of order. You are responsible to complete all the slides. You still got your line paper out and you're still showing all your work. I would suggest maybe even pausing the video now and maybe trying some of these and comparing them with the video because there are going to be some that are left for you to do on your own. So number 5, write the linear equation that has a slope of -7 and goes for the point 2 comma -12. This is slide 5. I'm going to write out number 5. And it was 2 comma -12 and a slope of -7. I'm going to write out the equation. Y equals mx plus b. I'm going to label my ordered pair of point. And I'm going to start plugging things in. And I'm also aware that in doing so, it does kind of get plugged in backwards. Got to make sure I pick a different color so I don't get that off. And you might also draw on your boundary line if you like to do that when you're solving. -12 equals -7 times 2 is -14 plus b. I'm going to add its opposite to both sides, which is +14. -12 plus 14 is 2. Feel free to use a calculator for that. So b equals 2. And I'm going to plug m and b into y equals mx plus b. And then I'm going to go over and enter this in and kind of get some feedback if I did this correct. In fact, a moment ago, it almost looked like this was correct, but I can tell that that is off a bit. And it was +2, and not to mention we're not just focused on the picture. That is helpful, but we're also trusting the algebraic work that we did. So that was slide 5. I'm going to leave slide 6 for you to try. Feel free to try it, or you can keep watching this video if you'd prefer. I'm going to show slide 7, and I'm also going to show slide 8 because these two have fractions. So this one, we're going to use a slope of 1/2 and a point that's at 10 comma 9. And this is slide 7. And so on your paper, you're leaving room for 6 and doing 6. And I'm just going to now go to 7. So our point is 10 comma 9 and our slope is 1/2. And this is our ordered pair labeled and our equation y equals mx plus b. Now they are hopefully going to pick values that work out reasonably nice in doing this. This time, maybe I'm feel confident to not color code. I know that 9 is going to go in front. If I can get that, then probably the rest of it will be correct. And 1/2 of 10, put this over 1, is 5. So actually this does work out pretty nice. And most of them should. And then we'll add -5 to both sides to get these to cancel. And we're left with b equals 4. We'll go back and we'll type in then y equals 1/2 x plus 4. Cool. And you can even see that the line goes up. So you know it's positive. It's not very steep. So it's a slope of 1/2. And it does have a y-intercept that is above 0. So 4 seems reasonable. And then we're going to look at this one. This will be the last one I'll do. And then you're going to try the remaining slides. If you're up for the challenge, feel free to try this one by pausing the video. This time we're going to do a -1/3 slope and a point that is 6 comma -3. This is slide 8. Label our point, write out our equation that we use. pretty much the only equation we've used for lines, and resist the urge to plug in a 6 here because it is -3 that's in front. -1/3 times, I'm going to make this 6/1 because I already know I'm going to need to cross cancel these, and be careful that that b doesn't change into a 6. So 3 goes into 3 one time and into 6 two times. So we're left with -3 equals, so -1/1 times 2/1 is -2. And then we're going to add 2 to both sides. And we're going to get -1 equals b. Y equals -1/3 x minus 1. I maybe didn't show this in the last one, but when you're entering this, y equals -1/3 x, you need to arrow your x out of the denominator when you're doing this. So if you're in your fraction, and one more time, I'll type this a little bit slower, minus -1, the slash button is, or the fraction button is the question mark button, 3, arrow over, type in x, and then we said that it was -1 plus -1. Cool. And so that is the lesson on writing equations of lines given a point and a slope, essentially solving for b and rewriting it into slope-intercept form.